Hey guys, welcome to Strange Suspicion. I guess Brian Koberger will be having his first hearing in Ada County, Idaho. I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't know if you guys think he's going to be wearing a suit. I know he did request the right to wear a suit so that he didn't have to wear those prison orange uniforms that they make people wear.
I think they're maroon. They're maroon in
What's that?
Ada County,
Oh, they're maroon there. Well, that's kind of a nice variety, right?
I guess.
At least he's not wearing like the typical prison orange, but I guess. I don't know what the trial. I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't know what he'll look like. I know that there was a lot of talk about how he looks, which is interesting.
Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Hello?
Sorry, I did turn the volume down on something else.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, TZ? Oh yeah, by the way, hi TZ, hi Brian, hi EC Juggalo. Anybody else who's here who types in chat, I guess I'll say hi to you, but I can't really see who's in chat. But I think the hearing is supposed to be starting in a few minutes here. Bob's keeping an eye on it. It's right there on the screen anyway. It says court will be beginning soon. So again, this is not in Latah County. This is his first hearing, which is in Ada County, which is in Boise, Idaho, I believe. That's right, Bob?
Yeah, it's in Boise. Yeah, it's supposed to be like there's been lots of other huge trials that have been taken there. That Chad Daybell case.
Yeah, that was a big one. The Chad Daybell case with the two kids.
Yeah.
And the wife and husband.
And like, what was their religious group called? Do you remember?
I do not remember what it was called, but I thought they said something about the kids being zombies or something, and they had to be.
Yeah, I don't. I know it was really weird, and they killed them, but yeah, that was like or whatever,
But also out of Idaho, you're right.
Yeah, and then there was another.
It the same judge?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh wow.
Maybe that one. That's a good question.
But remember, the interesting thing that we found out about that case was that the Daybells, even though like everybody pretty much knew they were guilty of killing the children, one of them wasn't at least one of them was out on bail. I don't understand that. And like not to like
they were.
Yeah, I think the man was Chad Daybell.
He was out?
I believe he was on bail. Yeah, no, I can look it up, but
that's crazy. I guess I could.
Because remember, we were like, why does he get bail, but Brian Koberger never got bail?
Okay, yeah, you could be right. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird as hell.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too, because it's the same state. Yeah, it says when he was arrested, his bail was set at $1 million on the condition that he remain in the immediate area and wear an ankle monitor. So yeah, he was out on bail.
And I believe Chad Daybell did have a suit on and shit, right?
Yeah, he had his suit on. Yeah, the whole time he wore a regular, like,
so
I guess you call them civilian clothes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the people in here.
Heck yeah, what's up? Hello,
what's
everyone.
What's up, Adam? Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Brian's just learning the whoop whoop. I saw he was like, what is mad? Okay, mad clown love would be MCM, just so you know, Brian. But I always say MMFCO, which is just like, I guess, the more vulgar version of that. Yeah, everybody say whoop whoop to Brian in the chat.
Whoop, whoop.
Not Brian Koberger. Brian's ramblings. I think they're starting in a few minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you can't hear that. Can you hear the coffee in the back? It's like.
No, I can't hear. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Narcissist hunter.
Yes. Hello.
Wow, I remember that name. I remember that name like a couple, maybe it was last live or live before. And I was like, who are you hunting? Hopefully you're good at hunting narcissists because they're like undesirables, I guess. Yeah, so Brian says he hopes this judge has a brain. I don't know if you caught our video yesterday. Was it yesterday? Nope, it was the day before yesterday.
Yep.
Yep, it was called Oh Boise. I don't know if you got to see that or not, Brian, but we did have a clip in it where Judge Hippler, I believe is his name, was talking, and I thought it was really cool. He was saying pretty much like, correct me if I'm wrong, Bob, but didn't he say pretty much no matter what you're accused of, you still should be treated like a human being. You should still have the same rights as everybody else, and you should have, the right to defend yourself or to remain silent, right?
Exactly. He just said you have to respect people's rights, basically, right or wrong, no matter what crime they did or whatever. He basically said.
Right. No matter what mistakes, pretty much what he's saying is no matter what you've been accused of, no matter what crime you're sitting before, that you're, I don't know how to, I just got all mixed up. So no matter what crime you've been accused of, that's the word. No matter what crime you've been accused of, you should still be treated with the same rights that you deserve, because some people are accused of things that, it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed to me like he was a judge that was more interested in justice, and that Judge was more, I don't know, like chummy with the lawyers. You know what I mean? Like they were like in a little.
Yeah, it was small town. They all knew each other. Is what my guess is. Like.
Yeah, like Bill Thompson and Judge. To me, I was like, okay, like as soon as they're leaving this place, they're going to Panera or you know what I mean, wherever they go, and they're gonna go eat.
He went to the bar to watch his band play.
Right. And that's got to be like a conflict of interest for them to know each other, but it was very obvious in the way that they spoke to one another, and the level of like who was in charge. Like it seemed like sometimes Bill Thompson was instructing Judge, and Judge would just go along with it. And I feel like a judge should be held to a different caliber than the counsel. Do you think I'm wrong in that, or do you think that's fair?
No, that's what we're all supposed to do, right?
That's what I thought. Like the chain of command would be like the judge, then the lawyers, and the bailiff, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. They had their spats. They weren't like best friends, but I don't know if that was all for the camera. I don't know if that was just for everybody just to go, speculate like we are and go, oh yeah, they were just, I don't know. I really don't know anymore. It's weird. This whole case is weird. Weirds me out.
You see Jeff's comment right there? I'm going to put it on the screen. TZ's having an ICP lyric thing going on in there. That's so cool.
How many times?
I caught it right away. I caught it. She's like, he sits there and judges my life. Who the fuck is he? How many times? So that's Jeff's question there. Anyone else feel like Ann Taylor had judged by the...
somewhat, because she...
Huevos.
I think she had better education than him. Better schooling or something. I don't know. Like
I feel like they didn't want her around. That's the feeling I got. Maybe she had him by the huevos, or maybe she already like something else. Huevos.
That's like a weird
and
thought.
And then he's like, I don't want to see her anymore because, the huevos thing.
Him sitting sitting on his throne and naked in his judge uniform.
Gross, Bob.
His robe.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Sorry.
Ew. Did it start?
No. Hello,
Adam. Doing good, Adam. How are you? Adam's asking how we're doing.
Spectaculars. Like Dracula's. Spectaculars like Dracula's.
Yeah, so it's not doing anything?
Not yet. It's saying, oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. We'll be quiet, guys. We'll be funny in the chat with you.
Let me turn this.
Turn the music off and then that on. And I'll turn me off.
Oh, no one's even there yet.
Is there volume though? Brian's in a suit, guys.
Oh, here it goes. It's turned all the way up too.
Oh no. All right, guys. I will be in chat.
All right, good afternoon. This is State v. Koberger. I want to go over the appearances this afternoon on behalf of the state. Would state attorneys please represent themselves for the record?
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Bill Thompson. I'm the Lake County prosecutor. This is Ashley Jennings. She's my senior deputy. And then we have Mr. Nye and Ms. Beatty from the Attorney General's office. And then we have victim support staff with us.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Defense?
Ann Taylor, attorney for Brian Koberger, Elisa Massa, and Jay Logston, counsel for Mr. Koberger as well.
Thank you. All right. Like to tell you I'm happy to be here, but why start with an untruth? I am accepting of my responsibility to be here. I want to go over with you some expectations of mine, given that I don't think any of you, other than Ms. Massoth, have appeared in front of me before. When you file memorandums of law, briefs, etc., please provide a Word copy by email to my staff attorney. After today's hearing, you may get that from staff here today. Today, I know there was an issue that was brought up with respect to Mr. Koberger's attire for today. I did issue an order yesterday permitting him to appear in civilian clothes for this hearing only. That is a matter in terms of future hearings that we will take up in a closed hearing the day of, but in advance of whatever our next hearing date will be. My intention will be that Mr. Koberger will not be present for that hearing because part of what we will be discussing are security measures. And I expect to hear from the transport deputies and the bailiffs regarding security issues that they want to address or that I have questions for them about so that I can make an appropriate ruling in terms of his appearance here, but weighing that not just against, of course, his rights, but also against the needs of security in this case. I do expect, as it probably will come to no surprise to you, for you all to get along. I understand the stakes in this case are as high as they can possibly be in any case, but you are professionals. You have taken oaths, both as of officers within your jurisdictions, but also as attorneys before this bar. So I expect at all times for you to remain civil to one another, that you not engage in personal attacks, ad hominem attacks, that you not engage in theatrics, not misstate the facts or the law to the court, and that when you cite arguments in your briefs, if there is contradictory precedent, I expect to see that. I appreciate in advance what should go without saying that I've just said in terms of your responsibilities. But again, I just want to highlight that because I understand when the stakes are high, sometimes victory seems to be the objective when our first objective is to conform to the oaths that we've taken as members of the bar as officers of this court. All right. I do have some matters with respect to scheduling that I want to go over today, but before I do that, I'd like to hear from you with respect to any matters that you either need to make me aware of or want to make me aware of. The other thing before I do that, though, I do know that Judge had entered a non-dissemination order. That still remains in place. And unless I, for some reason, remove that order, it will stay in place, and I expect it to be religiously adhered to by all parties, counsel, victims, counsel for the victims. And I will not tolerate violations of that. Likewise, I know that much of the evidence in this case has been subject to orders sealing under that dissemination order or otherwise have been sealed by the court. I likewise expect everyone that has access to that information, whether it's sealed documents or information in sealed hearings or the information itself in the documents, to adhere to the confidentiality expected as it relates to those. Okay, that's my one and only lecture for you for the remainder of this case. With that, let me hear from you. We'll start with counsel for the state.
Your Honor, I don't know that we have specific questions we want to propose today. We're looking forward to hearing the scheduling. I think that's going to drive for us, particularly the distance involved, any questions that we may have. I appreciate what you've already mentioned to us, and we will certainly honor all of that. Thank you, sir.
Taylor?
Thank you, Your Honor. There are a few issues that I wanted to make the court aware of as the court decides on the scheduling order. We want the court to know that our team has been working towards the June of 2025 trial date that had been issued by Judge in the case. But in candor to the court, I need to let the court know some issues that have come up that we face that causes me concern. First, I think the court's probably aware of the vast amount of discovery that's been exchanged in the case by reviewing the record. But since August, we have received about 398 gigabytes of new information, and I can tell the court that nobody on the team has read every bit of that yet. So there's a vast amount of discovery to continue to go through, and I wanted the court to be aware of that. The second thing is that during the course of this case, we had an expert that we were working with, and that expert passed away. We have been able to refill that role to have a new expert to do the work that that expert was hired to do, but we are not progressed to the point that I'd hope to be through no fault of the new expert. The court should be aware of that as well. And last, as the court is very well aware, the system of delivering public defense is changing next week. As appointed counsel in the case, I do not have a contract yet. Nobody on my team is under contract for this case. I'm concerned about what that means, and I thought the court should be aware. Further, we have been able to access funding to help us prepare this case through Idaho Criminal Rule 12.2. At the current time, we're working with about 25 experts and investigators to prepare the case. I don't know if 12.2 will continue to be the way to get funding for those experts and investigators, or if that's changing. And I thought the court should know those things. Thank you.
Thank you. So I am hopeful that Mr. Fredrickson will ensure that the contract is available for you and your team next week. I have no control over that, of course, other than to, as it relates to who I permit to withdraw from this case or not withdraw from this case. As to 12.2 funding, my understanding is, and I've had a discussion with Judge Munson, who has been serving, as I understand it, as what we refer to as the money judge. I've asked him to remain in that capacity at least through the transition to the state public defense system in next week on October 1. My understanding is, and perhaps I will come to find out something different, but that once it goes to that system, 12.2, as it relates to public defense funded attorneys on contract seeking 12.2 funding, that's no longer a thing, that would come through the state public defense budget, essentially. I guess we'll find out if that becomes a problem down the road, but that's my understanding, because that whole system that 12.2 is based upon is coming to an end. So given your statement about the trial date, my proposal to move this case forward into May is probably not going to land well with you, but that's what I wanted to talk about, is the timing of the trial. I'm concerned with a trial as currently set for a number of reasons, but first I want to find out from you, as you sit here today, what that trial looks like in terms of the number of weeks of trial, starting from after a jury is selected through the end of the evidence and before any potential sentencing phase. So what are your estimates of that?
Your Honor, I think it would be a fair estimate based on what we know at this point to have a month and a half or perhaps a bit more just for the evidence for the guilt phase of the trial. I say that knowing.
Both just, is that just your evidence, or does that include defense evidence?
Well, I was just getting ready to say, I say that understanding or acknowledging that Ms. Taylor has estimated 2 to 3 months total. I do not know, we do not know what the defense has in mind for their case right now. So all I can speak to is what we anticipate for ourselves. But I would think the state's evidence in chief should be able to come in a month and a half or so.
Okay. Ms. Taylor?
Your Honor, we estimate 4 weeks for the defense portion of the trial case.
Of the guilt phase?
Yes, Your Honor.
So 10 weeks. In terms of if there is a penalty phase, should the defendant be convicted of one of the statutory qualifying offenses, how long do we estimate the penalty phase being?
Your Honor, from the state's perspective, I believe we're going to be relying heavily on the evidence that's introduced during the guilt phase and the additional evidence that would be brought in, unless there's something we learned from the defense about their experts. It is probably would take no more than a week.
Taylor?
Your Honor, I would estimate 2 weeks for that part of any trial,
That's
for our evidence.
for your evidence.
Yes.
Okay. So my concern, because this trial is currently set to begin June 2nd and end approximately August 31st, is having it set to run the entire course of the summer, I think we will find to be difficult on jurors in particular. Jurors who may have children who are out of school, in terms of being able to spend time, go on vacations with them, et cetera. That's one concern. The second concern is with school that typically starts in mid to late August, and jurors or parents who may have kids going off to school, the timing of that through August. And that's my primary concern about that time frame. I had 2 proposals. One was to start the trial in the evidence portion of the trial the first week of May. And the other would be to start the evidence in early September. And I'd like your thoughts on those. I'm not saying I'm have or necessarily will vacate the June trial date, but I want to look at alternatives here because I am concerned about that spread that takes the entirety of the summer.
And we hear you, Your Honor. by way of history, the summer, we advocated for that in Latah County because the courthouse is right across from the high school and the summer would have the students gone. If we were looking at the other two choices, we would propose May.
Taylor?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would have to advocate for September at this point, based on the 3 reasons that I gave the court before.
So I'm not going to worry about the public defense change because I think that will take care of itself. The one thing that you brought up the most, I mean, I understand there's a lot of evidence, but May is not tomorrow. May is many months away. So the one that concerns me that you brought up is your expert. I'm not asking you necessarily to give away any secrets prematurely that you may have in terms of defense strategy, but can you help me understand this expert if you're able to, and what their role is and what the prospects are?
Your Honor, it's really difficult to tell you much about the expert without giving away a lot. I can tell you that this is a very necessary expert for us to have on board. We've been able to find somebody to fill the role. I'm confident in the person that will fill the role. There just hasn't been enough time to get the work accomplished yet. I know that that doesn't tell the court a whole lot more than what I said before, but I really feel that that would disclose too much for me to say more. I could do so on an ex parte basis or with Judge Monson, our resource judge, but not in a public setting.
I understand. Do you anticipate being able to fulfill your obligations for your current expert disclosure deadline that was set by Judge?
No, not with a lot of confidence. I think that the work is going to take longer than to meet that deadline. I think if we met that deadline, I would have additional information that I would want to be able to present. And maybe I would have been stopped from that with that deadline.
So I don't have a motion to extend that date, obviously, and with the changes that occurred, I understand why you didn't file one out of the box, but the deadline, I think, is January 6th, something like that, if I'm not mistaken, for experts on the defense side.
That's one of our deadlines, Your Honor, yes.
I guess does the state have anything to say in response?
Not knowing the details of the challenges Ms. Taylor and her team are facing, I don't really know how to respond further, Your Honor.
What do you think is a realistic deadline for you to be able to disclose your experts for everything? I'm assuming it was January, all save that one expert. But with respect to the expert you had to replace, when do you think you could disclose consistent with the scheduling order?
Other than the expert that had to be replaced, Your Honor, there were 2 separate deadlines. One was for trial experts and one was for mitigation experts. And I believe that I can make that deadline other than that one expert.
Can you tell me if the one expert is a mitigation or a trial expert?
A mitigation expert, Your Honor.
And what do you think you need for that mitigation expert in terms of a deadline? Compared to that mitigation deadline, was,
I believe it was March. I don't recall the exact date.
yeah, so that's a long time from now. So, I have a lot of questions, but I'm hesitant to ask you the questions because I'm sure you're not in a position to answer them currently, given the forum. So, but March is a long time from now.
Your Honor, the time passes very rapidly, and I appreciate the court not asking questions I can't answer. I think if I had an end of April deadline for that one witness, I think we could make that deadline.
So understanding this is a mitigation expert, Thompson, how concerned are you about getting that disclosure closer to trial?
Closer to trial is somewhat relative. The end of April sounds like it would be on the eve of trial from the date the court is proposing. I think that would be, I'm not sure that would be realistic. And again, I'm not in a position to second guess
Sure.
what Ms. Taylor and her team are representing to the court. She had told us some time back that one of her experts had some health issues, and I think that she did tell us that that person had passed away and they were working on a replacement. If we are looking at a mitigation disclosure at the end of April, I don't know that we could be ready with all the final trial preparation for a May trial. I hate to say that. I feel like I'm cutting my own throat in a sense, but that's realistic.
Well, I can do one of two things. I can set a separate hearing ex parte to explore this further, but I frankly don't know how far that's going to get me. I mean, I can set a date, and my experience tells me that date will be complied with regardless, right? 24 hours in a day, but if you use enough of those hours, enough days in a row, you get it done if you have to. At the same time, I don't want to put unrealistic deadlines. And so I can do that. I can have an ex parte hearing, or we can go ahead and reserve September. I will throw it to you, Mr. Thompson, is what you want, what you would advocate for.
Your Honor, could I have just a moment? Your Honor, we trust the court to do the ex parte hearing, see what's there and make the best decision and tell us what the expectations are.
Well, do you want to do that later today, or do you want to do it tomorrow? You need more time? You want to come back next week?
Your Honor, I had planned to leave town today. I have other case-related obligations tomorrow. I could do it as soon as this hearing's over if the court has time, or I can come back next week at the court's convenience.
I think we'll probably be finished in here by 3 if we were to do it immediately after. Are you comfortable with that? Does that give you enough time to get to the airport?
Yes, I believe it will, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we'll give that a shot. All right. If I move this one way or the other, I will adjust the various deadlines that are in here. I won't adjust the next deadline that you have, understanding that you may be already committed to it, which I think is the motions related to the defense's motion regarding the death penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the next set of hearings that we have?
Those are now scheduled.
I believe that our briefs are due the 10th of next month, with the hearing later this fall and a reply brief deadline for the defense. And we are on track to meet those deadlines, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, you were saying, counsel?
Your Honor, I'm guessing the court has received our motions already. I believe we were set for November the 7th.
I think the state's deadline for discovery has passed. Has the state complied with its discovery obligations, including those outlined in judge's last order and other orders?
We have, Your Honor, and in fact, Ms. Jennings prepared a lengthy summary of all the discovery that was filed with the Latah County Court when our discovery deadline hit. It is lengthy, but there's a lot of discovery.
Sure.
We recognize
How
that
much of the, would you say 300 gigabytes?
398 since August 13th.
How much of that is new information?
Ms. Jennings could speak to that.
Ms. Jennings, can you speak to that?
Your Honor, the defense was given, and I'm not sure if this is what they're referencing, but they were given a copy of the OneDrive from the FBI. Most of that was cumulative discovery that they had already received in another fashion. I'm sure there were portions of it that was new information. I've not calculated how much of that was new. So I can only rely on Ms. Taylor's, what she's represented to the court on that.
Well, I don't think she knows because it doesn't sound like she's looked at it yet.
Not all of it, Judge.
All right. Well, I will talk when we're finished here with Ms. Taylor without the state present in a closed hearing. What else do we need to talk about today, or do you want to talk about today?
Nothing comes to mind right now, Judge. I know that there will be plenty of opportunity for other discussions. As far as your meeting with defense ex parte, do you want the state for any reason to stay around, or would you like us to get on the road back to Moscow?
Are you flying or driving?
Driving.
Okay. Well, why don't you hang around just in case we need to, if I'm able to make a decision based on that, I can inform you what that is at least.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anything further, other than your your motions regarding the death penalty? Do you have any outstanding motions and the motion as it relates to Mr. Koberger's attire?
Your Honor, there's no outstanding motions right now. I do anticipate filing several motions in the motion to compel deadline. As far as discovery goes, I anticipate there may be some follow-up motions. I, of course, will first try to speak with the prosecutor to resolve those.
I think you will find I'm probably more inclined to hear things more quickly than you're perhaps accustomed to in this case. So just be aware of that. It'd probably be more along the usual, 14-day timeline with respect to motions. If there's a lot that needs to be done with respect to them, we can talk about that. But okay.
On that point, Your Honor, as you can see, they're a multifaceted team. And on motions, we try to assign them to specific attorneys. On various motions, would it be acceptable to the court for those attorneys who are not actively arguing the motions to be able to participate remotely? Or would you like us to be present? We're happy to do either.
I'm fine with that. I just prefer those that are going to be arguing to be here just because it makes it easier to have that dialogue. So
Okay, thank you.
the others, if they want to appear remotely, that's fine.
Thank you.
And same for defense as well, depending on what defense wants to do. Okay. All right. Then if there's nothing else this morning or this afternoon, I guess we will be adjourned and have a discussion in a few minutes. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Back in a few minutes once the courtroom is cleared.
Okay. I'm not sure what that was about. So basically they were saying that the trial is going to be, I don't know, are you there, Bob? Did they ever resolve that? Was it like said September or something?
I don't think they resolved that. They were saying like January, March.
I thought it was January was the deadline for the expert witnesses or something like that.
Catch a predator. Hour.
Oh, turn it off. Totally. I thought they said the deadline for the expert witnesses was January, and then she said she needed until April, maybe.
I don't think they resolved anything on that. If they did, I missed it. It went right over my head.
Yeah, I can't believe that like they're taking so much time, like just scheduling this trial. Like, how much time is the trial gonna take then if they can't even like just put a date on it? It's almost been 2 years, right? November of 2022.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I know it's almost October. I'm excited for October.
Me too.
There's a lot of stuff going on. You know what? Buddy's in the chat. Buddy's got that golden ticket for Train of Terror.
Heck yeah.
You're about to have an exhausting October. You're about to be so exhausted. I cannot imagine what you're in for, buddy. That is a lot of shows. But I was noticing, I don't know if you saw, he was saying in the chat, there's that other case, the Young Dolph trial.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
I just started following that today. I'm just acknowledging that's in chat. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody was surprised that Brian Koberger was wearing a suit. I thought that was kind of good, right? He's been wearing them before, though.
Yeah, it was crazy, though. The judge was like, well, he's only wearing it today. And then they're going to decide behind closed doors.
Yeah, what was that? They're like, okay, we're done. Now we'll talk in a few minutes.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the suit thing, but I don't know. I don't know why they stopped.
I thought that was a little weird.
And now I can't find if they're coming back on again. Like I went to the channel again. I can't find them live for some reason.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought it was weird, you know. I don't like, that's other thing that we got to tell you guys. We don't know like what they're allowing us to see in Ada County, because Ada County is near Boise. Boise is the capital, right?
I would guess. I was never good at that game.
Hey, chat, do you guys know what the capital of Idaho is? I could be wrong too. It could be something totally different. Let me think. Idaho.
I know it's probably the potato capital
Of the country?
That's all I know.
That's where the potatoes come from. I saw that one guy from the gathering was from Idaho. I was going to ask him if he knew about this case.
Idaho. I was going to say, Idaho.
Oh, Idaho. Boise. Boots says that the capital of, and Judy says the capital. See, it's almost like trivia. Remember trivia, guys? Trivia. Ooh, I remember that. We used to play trivia, and then like it got all unorganized, but that would be cool to bring back once a week. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time would be fine.
One time a month.
Phil, what's up, dude?
Yeah, Dr. Fell's here. That's pretty cool. Drillhole grows potatoes in the bowel of an old toilet he keeps in his backyard. That's what Dr. Fell said. So I don't know. You guys tell me if you guys have any thoughts on the Brian Koberger case. I mean, like moving forward, obviously, if you guys would like to see hearings, I would like to know that these hearings like actually have some substance to them, because otherwise we could be looking at various other cases in the meantime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of these first little things that they're going to have are just going to be super boring and just like
Formalities.
the judge is probably going over some of that stuff as well, I would think. But he literally said he could back out if he wanted to. So I don't even know if that he could be like, no, I don't even want this. So maybe that could be the case. Who knows?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Dr. Fell wants to know what happened today with the hearing because he just got here.
Well, the only thing we know is that he got to wear a suit. And their what was it? Their specialist. Did you hear exactly what? She didn't say.
She said that she would have been prepared with her expert witness, but the expert witness passed away. So they had to like replace their expert witness, but for some reason later on when she was talking, she said she could probably do the end of April as a timeline for her expert witness to be ready. I'm not sure, because he was like, what is that? You know, what's the expert witness? And she was like, I don't know what she was just like backing out. She was like, I'm not going to say anything about anything. You know what I mean?
She goes, it's going to uncover too much of my case. I don't want to say. So I don't know. She was all.
Well, she could be upset. Remember how long it took them to give her all their evidence? She was like, it's like hearing after hearing. She's like, for discovery. She's like, I want the stuff they have. I want to have time with the stuff they're going to present. But now she doesn't want to give Bull Thompson any time to present anything, to, like rebuttal anything she has either. So kind of seems like two people trying to get revenge on each other at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Like he said right off at the beginning, he's like, no fighting. I don't know how he said it. He said it really weird. But he basically said he's not going to tolerate anything. So I don't. And yes, I think a juggalo or juggalette lawyer would help in this case because Ann Taylor's
juggalo justice.
Ann Taylor's pretty much a free, right? She's free, right?
Yeah, she is a public defender, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, she definitely is not being paid by Brian Koberger at all.
Right.
She's being paid by the state, and she's probably being paid a lot. But I just wanted to say, since Dr. Fell, I know you're just kidding, but juggalo justice is pretty serious. So, like, man, I wish people could get juggalo justice all the time that are victims of things like this. Right, Bob?
Yeah, I don't know how it would go on this.
It would go pretty bad. Yeah. The guilty party would pay the price. That's all I can say. Yeah, I do like this Judge Two Boots. I feel like he's more serious, like, about his job. I feel like he wanted what was best for the case, not what was best for what he would look like or what his county would think of him. Because they're elected officials, right? So he didn't want to make the public upset with him. If he found Brian Koberger to be like, if he made it out a certain way, all the people who were upset about what happened wouldn't vote for him again, and then he wouldn't be a judge. And what are you going to do when your last name is Judge and you're a judge and now you can't be a judge anymore? Then what?
Well, he's still a judge.
No, he's still the judge, but I'm saying if he would have done something, if he would have been the judge on this case.
Oh, yeah.
And he did something and made Brian look a certain way, the public may not reelect him. And then he has no job.
True.
It is election year.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? You know what?
I did not forget. I remember.
We do remember it's like election year, but we don't discuss it, right?
I mean, no.
It's just so messy.
There's a lot of things that we haven't talked about, but whatever. It's fine.
No, I'm saying that's why we don't realize it, because we don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, so I don't think they're coming back on at all. So
I don't either. So what can we tell them to expect on our channel next? Let me think. We could do a live next week. If you guys are interested in live, put live in the chat right now. I gotta put all my makeup on. I gotta put my contacts in. It takes a long time. But if you guys want a live next week, let us know. And I know we'll be putting a video out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And it's
just
all of October, right?
I have a couple like little videos that I want to put out now. I mean, they're not going to be very long, but we have kind of a Hearst Fest video.
Oh, that's right, you guys. We did go to Hearst Fest.
I mean, we didn't like do much recording there, but I mean, it's a little short video that we could throw out there, and also that I have some other stuff that I want to put out. But yeah, well, I don't know what our next video is, but October is going to be pretty awesome. I know that.
Oh, October is going to be huge, you guys. Huge.
Yeah.
And if there's, like, you guys know, like, this is Strange Suspicion. We cover the strange and unusual on this channel, and October is the best time to do that because that's when YouTube is the most lenient about that kind of thing. So if you have some kind of content suggestion for October, you have to get it in now because Bob works his little raccoon tail off on all these videos, and it takes a long time to put each one of them together. So if there's something that you want us to explore that is like Halloween related or like spooky or weird, strange, mysterious, just put it in the chat or email us or put it in a comment, whatever you want. But I would like to put out a lot of videos in October. I know that there were, if you're ever looking like how to get a hold of us, our email address is in the channel description because I am taking submissions for scary stories. I'm going to do one per week. In October, I also want to see if we can do movie night in October.
Yeah, we probably could do something. I want to do like a really old, non-talking one. You know what I mean?
Oh, like a non-speaking movie, like a
Yeah, like one from like the 1900s or whatever.
is there a Dracula like that or like
Yeah, there's Nosferatu.
Frankenstein or something, right?
I'm not sure about that. There's Nosferatu. There's a couple like weird, different, old, scary, like different movies we could look into. I don't know. We'll look into it. I was kind of looking. I don't think we'll get our stream shut down for playing something like that.
Yeah, I know you guys like movie night. I can't remember what it was that we got shut down watching. It was like really old.
It was the colored version of Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's right. We tried to do that, you guys. So if you know, like, how old does it have to be?
I can't remember.
20 years or something.
Yeah, it's over 100 years or 70 years or something like that. 70.
Yeah, if we can find something, I'll put like a poll up. And maybe we'll do like, I don't know, Friday night or Saturday night, late at night, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe we could do a late night double feature or something like that, and then you guys can pop in and out whenever you want. Oh my gosh, Weird Pervert Ninja just came in here.
Did he? Cool.
Yep, whoop, whoop, Weird Pervert Ninja. All the way in Ecuador.
So
Right. So you guys, in October, this is what we got going on. We wanted to do a haunted house video for you where we can take you like behind the scenes and see the makeup, see the actors getting ready, go through the haunted house. Whatever you guys wanted in that aspect, you could let us know and we can include that in a video like that. I wanted to do like kind of strange traditions around the world in a video where you could see different ways that different cultures like celebrate Halloween, because some of it is super gory, some of it is like super taboo, some of it is super shocking, and things that you like never see. You know what I mean? So I was thinking maybe something like that. And then the one scary story per week. I do have a scary story about The Gathering in my email.
Yeah, I have one too.
And then I was thinking we can either like we can recreate your story and like, you know, like bring it to life, right? Or we could, maybe Bob would like make a short cartoon. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know if you guys know, but Bob has created a cartoon on this channel called Carnageville Lane.
Yeah, I miss Carnersville Lane. I was just talking. I've been talking about it. I should probably do one soon.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? You and Weird Pervert Ninja trying to do the same thing. I mean, his is what is it? Stop motion.
Yeah, he does it's way better than what I do. What I do is mine's caveman drawings compared to what he does. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, he has to take like super so many pictures of every shot or whatever, every movement.
He said, "Can we go to
Oh,
a
sure.
Hollywood store?" We could do that. We did
Yeah. Actually, we could do that. We can have that next week easily. We live by like more than 5 different places we can go. Last year we did that, right? On the other channel.
Yeah, we did it on Shaken Paranormal.
Oh, okay. So here's Adam saying this.
What's that?
75 for copyrights, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's saying 75 years or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, 75.
Oh no, look at that. Hey Jeff. So you know we're gonna have new merch starting on October 1st. So if you need to replace that mug, you might want to wait.
And there's still a sale. I forget what it's called. Strange sale, I think. You just type in strange sale and 15% off. So I know we only have a mug in there right now, but I am trying to get a shirt or something, right?
Yeah, we were gonna release like so you guys know from now on our merch is gonna be like limited. So like each, however, I don't know, a couple months or so, we'll release different merch, and then you're not gonna see it again. So
I would like to get a better manufacturer because obviously we're doing it per order. We're not that big, and Bonfire is like the way to go. This is not sponsored by Bonfire in any way, but
no, but they're quality
for what we're doing, yeah, it's a good way to do it. It's a little bit more expensive, like getting like more colors on a shirt and getting a like nicer constructed shirt is a little bit more expensive, but I'm going to try to keep the prices down as much as I can. But I am fancy. I do like ink on my shirts, and I try to, I don't know, I'm going to try not to make it so expensive because it is expensive through there. But there are people that if I could get them in the future to work on like one of our shirts, we could just have a bunch of shirts printed, like maybe have like 100 shirts printed up or 50 or something.
Right, I was thinking that we could do like order them in bulk, and then is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's some homies in the D though that I really like their printing. Like I showed you them, remember? They did.
Yeah, they're local. We should support them.
They did my band back in the day when they first started, and like they're like.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
they're big time now, and like they like do a lot of shit, and they're pretty awesome. I think like their work is awesome. Like the way they print and everything, their shirts that they use, they've been at it so long, they know, you know, what they're doing now. You know what I mean?
Right, but not everybody wants a shirt. So there's other kinds of merch that.
No, I know that's like Bonfire is perfect for the coffee mugs. I'd like to do a water bottle. We were talking about a water bottle.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, water bottle would be cool. Notebooks would be cool.
Yeah, there's those notebooks. Yes, you're right.
I think the notebook is cool because for those of you that came today, you're obviously into true crime. And I know it's old school to write in a notebook, but you have no idea how cool that feels. You know what I mean? Or like to journal or like just to keep track of whatever. Like it's cool to have a little. Remember at Hearst Fest, we saw that little notebook. And
yeah, that was
that's really cool. Jeff is asking you something down there.
Yeah, sometimes probably. It probably does screw everything up. We're supposedly have a fast Wi-Fi here, but I don't know sometimes.
Yeah, it is really weird here because we're in an area where it can get super windy.
I mean, I can put on a much different background, I guess.
Yeah, go to.
How about the stalker?
Yeah, there you go.
It probably makes people dizzy too. That was my whole purpose. I just wanted to make people mad at me. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah. The notebooks, those ones
Apparently.
that were cool. They were like, did it say real leather? I can't remember that. I think it did say
Yeah,
genuine.
that was real leather. Yeah, she said it. She said that's real leather.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they had the eye. They had like the eye in it, like a dragon. The one was like, they were all different colors. One was like white. One
It
was
kind of
like,
looked like. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
It kind of looked like that. What's that book called from Evil Dead?
Oh, the Necronomicon.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Like the cover of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like leathery or like.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like
I think they kind of had one that kind of looked like it, but no,
Yeah.
thanks. I know that's a problem, and I do. It does cause a problem, especially like running from two different sources sometimes, because one is Wi-Fi and one is not. If you get my drift, my computer.
Right.
One is like one computer is hooked to the wires and one is not. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Also, yeah, we should do the journal thing. I think that'd be cool. And they were pretty cheap. I think they were like under $17 or something.
Oh, that's cool.
It depends on what you put on it. Like it really all depended on like what inks you use there. Yes, the Babanomicon. That is right. It's not made out of raccoon flesh though.
Right, because we just created a lot of different designs in the last couple of days. Right, babe? They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're way cooler than their other ones, I thought. They're a little bit rougher, tougher on the edge, I guess.
Yeah, but you guys know Bob is the raccoon, so obviously there'll be a raccoon in all of the logos.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully you're all raccoon friendly.
Maybe I'll change maybe I will like another animal besides raccoons and change it. Maybe the whale. I'm not a whale.
You know, you guys, just so you know, you guys, we have a story about Violent J. Maybe we'll make it into a short. Remember he was telling you about how he had a falling out with a raccoon.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll make it into a short. I think people would love to hear that story.
We could talk about it right now. I kind of remember it.
I remember it, but it's really cool watching him tell it.
Yeah. It was all glitchy though.
Oh,
okay.
It was
glitchy.
It is glitchy. So basically, you guys, so Violent J, we do okay, Adam's asking, let me get this really quick. He's saying, do you guys do old crime stories or just the new ones? We do anything requested. We started doing a Charlie Manson thing, and then something popped off in the news that is either religious or political, and both of those things we don't discuss on this channel. So we stopped doing the Charlie Manson series, but we would be happy to do any kind of crime story that anybody requested. So I just wanted to answer that for him quick. But do you want me to tell the Violent J story, or do you want to tell it?
I don't care.
Okay, so Bob was saying when we were interviewing Violent J, Bob was saying something, and he puts the raccoon up on the screen. Can you put the raccoon up like you did?
Yeah, hang on, let me.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let me tell you Violent J story.
I pull him out of the cage here. Oh, here he is. Hi, bud.
Okay, so Bob and I are talking with Violent J. Bob puts this raccoon up, and Jay goes, "Oh man, I hate raccoons," or something. And Bob's like, "Oh, I love raccoons. I'm totally obsessed with raccoons." And Jay's like, "You know what? I used to love them too, man." He's like, "I used to feed Cheetos to these raccoons outside my window. He would just like crack the window open, and he'd feed them Cheetos."
He said he'd like line them up outside his window, like 17 deep or something.
Yeah. Right. He lined up the Cheetos on his windowsill, and the raccoons would come up, and they would like eat the Cheetos, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe. Oh, I remember.
He
He
said
went
they were breaking
outside
into his shed.
and
He
his
said they were,
garbage is into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he had to put like ratchet straps on the top of his garbage because they were breaking in. And then he said one day he saw one out in his shed when he went out there, and it came out, and he said he had picked up a rock and threw it at it, and it hit it
It
in the
was
side.
huge.
Like hit it in the side, but it didn't hurt it. It like
He said it was like, oof, like the raccoon was like, oof. It like just knocked him off, right?
and then he said the raccoon got up and ran right at him, like making noises
Yeah.
and shit. So
That
he don't
is
like
why.
that, apparently.
Yeah.
He ran off, he said he ran off like a bitch, basically.
Yeah.
What he
Yeah.
said.
We said he used to feed him all the time, though.
Yeah.
So I
Which-
guess like
I was like, all right, man, that's cool. But you know what I said? I said I want to just hold a raccoon. I just want to feel its hair.
you better stop, Bob.
I would though. I do though. I feel that way about a raccoon. I want
Like how
to.
he feels about a gorilla. I mean, orangutan.
Yeah, or a chimp. He said he wants to hold a chimp.
Oh, that's right. He did say chimp, but he wanted to make orangutan school.
I
That's
do
why
want
I
to hold
mixed
a
it up.
raccoon though. Like, I mean, I have held a raccoon, but it was so long ago.
I know I have a friend who has a pet raccoon, domesticated raccoon. If you domesticate him, it's okay, but if you like try to like take one out of like like domesticate them at an early age, but if you try to take one like out of the woods, you have no
that's
idea how old they are or what they've been through, then that's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Right.
And
Yeah,
just
that'd
they
be a
haven't.
terrible idea. I'd
Yeah,
rather
to take a wild one, but to have a baby one, that
I
would be
mean,
cute.
a baby ones would be crazy too for a minute, I believe. And you'd have to, what do you give it, like shots? Like you give a cat?
Yeah, they get like a rabies shot and like a, like like what any domesticated animal that like has 4 legs or arms or whatever,
It's
2 arms,
probably
2 legs, whatever.
it's probably illegal where we live to have a raccoon, I'm sure, as a pet.
I know what the person that I'm referencing is in Ohio, and it's super legal. But I don't know about it here because Michigan's real strange about that. We looked it up once, remember?
Yeah, I think it said wasn't really clear on what the legality was of the whole thing. It
I
said
think it's kind of like by region too.
yeah, it was something like that. It was very weird. It wasn't very clear.
Like up by Traverse City, you probably can because you have like a big ass yard.
Probably not.
Oh, probably not.
Like you couldn't even have chickens up there. They were like starting to crack down with people with chickens. Or like that, I remember. So,
Chickens? They're like
yeah. Remember the trend when everybody was getting backyard chickens?
why did they make it like what was the issue? Were they getting in the road or something?
I don't know. Chickens are
Like, what harm can a chicken do?
I don't know, they're kind of nasty.
Oh, are they? I never had chickens, so
I had a couple. The one I had, I watched it. I watched it literally eat anything in the yard. It was a free range chicken per se. Like it didn't have like it had like a little cage like at night where it'd go to sleep or whatever. Like it had a house and stuff, but
right.
I'd go around the yard. But I literally watched it poop and then turn around and eat it.
I'm smiling right now really big. I just want to tell you this because I want you to see it while you're talking about this. All I see is this raccoon on the screen and it's like illuminating talking about what you're talking about. So it sounds to me I'm like watching a raccoon say it. So it's extra funny.
I have to get the raccoon noise so I can
That's
play.
hard to do. I don't know anybody who can make that noise.
Well, I could put it on our like music.
Good day, Moonvale.
Just play it once in a while.
Moonvale just came in here, Bob.
Hello.
Good day.
Good day or night.
Australia. Good day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, it's
Look
Vietnam.
at that. Vietnam outside and out here in Michigan. Look at that. Ecuador saying hello to Australia. Very cool.
Mississippi saying hello to Australia.
And Adam is in Maryland saying what's up to Australia. Dill said,
Yeah, raccoons do have weird backs, though. Just reading that, sorry.
look what Dill wrote.
I had a couple of baby raccoons. Their mama got ran over, and I raised them. They were fine at first, but then they turned into assholes when they grew up. Yeah, I think that's the case. Unfortunately, I think that's the case.
It is 7 a.m. on Friday in Australia.
Neat. I need it to be Friday here. Just kidding.
Right. Friday.
It'll be
It's tomorrow, right? It's
Yeah.
not that long.
Tomorrow, today.
Skankfest is happening right now, right? Tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think ICP's at that.
Yeah, I don't remember what night they're playing or anything. They might have already.
I think it was today, Thursday.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And then he said he's going to fly right back. Remember?
Yeah.
To do the damn thing. So I don't know. We could what was the video that you were just, man. Oh, I know. So okay, so I think the next video that we put out could be the video where we go to look at the Halloween stuff. That's very easy. That's something we're going to be doing anyway.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys want to see in particular? Like I don't know, because see, it's Ninja asking us, and he's in Ecuador. I'm not sure what you guys like. That's probably really interesting to him. I don't know what you guys have available like at your stores.
We
for
definitely do I know they ain't got Spirit Halloween in Ecuador.
I don't think they would. That's like
I'm willing to bet on that one, but I could be wrong. But
no, because like think about the budget you could buy something at Spirit Halloween on. They wouldn't even want to bother shipping it for that. You know what I mean?
right, you probably could get it cheaper there.
You get it better there. Yeah. Oh, they don't celebrate Halloween. Look at that.
Oh,
Definitely don't have Spirit Halloween there.
I guess that would make sense.
Wow, we're gonna do it big for you in October then, Ninja.
Yeah, we definitely could walk around Spirit Halloween or something. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
mind.
and there's
Usually
sorry.
They usually don't mind at the store. You know what I mean?
Also, do you remember? I won't say where we live in Michigan, but do you remember last year there was quite a lot of yards that were very impressive around where we lived. Like very impressive, you guys. They go all out for Halloween around us, and they're starting to put it up. I've seen a few of them. We could drive around tonight and look for that. I think that actually would be very fun.
Yeah. I want to find one of those walk through like forests where they have all the lights and spooky stuff. Like not necessarily like a haunt one, but there's a lot of places that have like a walk through forest and it's lit up with different lights with like, I don't know, like laser light shows. I'll have to show you what I'm talking about maybe, but I saw those and that looked pretty cool. Like even if we don't get a full haunted house, like in depth, talk to the actors, talk to the owner type thing, like we were wanting to do, because we're not set in stone on that yet. I think we should definitely visit one, and if we have to go rogue YouTuber style and sneak in a camera shot here and there through it or whatever, you know, it'll be fun.
Right. Do you see what Moondale said on the screen there?
Yeah.
So it's not in Australia. It's not in Ecuador.
Yeah.
I know it's in Mexico.
I don't remember where it originated from exactly. I think it was like, I do know like they didn't carve pumpkins originally. It was like turnips or something, but I don't remember where it started. I know it's like a pagan holiday or whatever, right? But I don't know. I thought more people were into it nowadays. Yeah, Day of the Dead thing. Yeah,
That's what he's talking about, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I believe the Day of the Dead is when they celebrate their passed away family members.
Yep.
That's interesting. I wasn't aware of that. I'm so excited for you to see our Halloween stuff. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, no idea. It's gonna be real big for you, Ninja. It's gonna be
Hey, we can.
very, all the way up until Halloween, all the way up until Halloween night. We'll have a lot going on here.
Yeah, I don't know how early that stuff will be released though, depending on how fast I can edit, right?
Right.
But some of that stuff, like yeah, we'll definitely do a store or two. I mean, we might as well, right?
Yeah, and we can do like I'm not sure how many of you, I know the ones that are in here who are aware of such things, like people from Michigan like you and I. There is a night celebrated called Devil's Night that we can do a video on that there's a history in Detroit of on October 30th that things were like set on fire, right?
Yeah.
It's a literal thing that started in Detroit, right? That it was called that.
I mean, I think so. I'm not real sure on that.
And that's crime related, right? And Halloween related.
Yeah, like I know it's just like from my knowledge of it, because I really don't know a whole lot, but I just know it was like people burning down abandoned houses and buildings. I think as a kid, like in the like 80s, they were just straight up burning people's houses with people in them. I think so. I don't know. Like it's a tricky thing. I don't really know the whole lore of it.
Right. But Devil's Night, I do know that there was, it would be like, I don't know what year it started in Detroit, but it was like hundreds of buildings every single year were set on fire.
Yeah,
and
now it's not so bad, obviously.
They couldn't keep up, you know? So yeah. I believe that's the origin of Devil's Night, right? The term Devil's Night.
Well, it's to go out and be a monster, a devil, run out and be crazy.
You're right about that. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's actually British. But it was like, it was like a night of mischief, right? There's a, like, I know like in like other parts of the country, because
they're taking steps to try and stop them. Oh. Detroit firefighters are bracing for Devil's Night. That's the annual pre-Halloween arson spree. Last year, 280 places were reported. City officials are taking steps to try and stop the fires. Youths under the age of 18 will be under a dusk to dawn curfew tonight, and more than 35,000 volunteers will watch vacant buildings and patrol neighborhoods with fire extinguishers.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
I don't, like I said, I think there's more people like out and about watching for shit. I don't think there's really any fires anymore. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but
I remember when I was managing a haunted house here in Michigan, and on October 30th, the haunt owner was saying like, be careful, all the juggalos are going to come tonight and they're going to rip the place apart. And I was like, why would they do that? Why would they like drive out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night just to ruin our haunted house? And I was like, they're not that kind of, you know. But then like as soon as the haunted house opened, it was like Mad Max. It was like apocalypse. It was like, I don't know who came, I don't know why they came, but the place was demolished, like pretty much demolished. And the haunt owner was telling us and the cast that like he wasn't even going to open. And then once it was over, he told me that it happens every year in Michigan, like that groups of people, not necessarily juggalos, but groups of people. Juggalos are busy on Devil's Night. So I just wanted to say that in defense. But on Devil's Night, it is like in Pennsylvania and then Michigan, Ohio, I think maybe even Iowa, New York. There's all kinds of like traditions and like every year, like on the 30th of October. Maybe we can cover it after it happens. You know what I mean? And be like,
Yeah. Oh, here's
that
that
was
video.
like-
Here's that video of that guy I was talking about earlier. Hang on. I'll show it to you. It's Mort Krim. That's his name.
Okay.
He's the dude ICP referenced a lot. Hang on. Sorry.
Mobilized an army of volunteers to stop Devil's Night fires. He even changed the name from Devil's Night to My Heart Is With Detroit. Did it work? Well, there are conflicting reports tonight. One fire official says tonight's arson fires are the worst since 1984. But in many parts of Detroit, the people appear to be winning. It's calm. In pockets of Detroit, of course, the arsonists appear to be winning. Now, these pictures we're showing you are just into us from the east side, hardly what you'd see on a typical night in Detroit. Of course, it may be morning before we know if the people truly have reclaimed the city from Devil's Night, but our reporters on the scene have gotten a sense of what's happening in the areas hardest hit. Typically, the east side, which we just showed you, is one of the busiest areas on Devil's Night. And again this year, firefighters there have been busy for hours. Our coverage begins with Mike Winland, following firefighters on the east side. Mike, how busy has it been out there?
Well, Mort, I can't tell you how it has been throughout the city, but I can tell you that here on the east side, veteran police and veteran fire officials say it has not been this bad on a Devil's Night in years. The top fire official
what year is this?
told me at the scene of a fire a little while ago that he hasn't seen it as bad since 1984.
Well,
it has been a busy night. Fire officials coming and going here on the east side. Tonight's going to be a long night.
It's 1985.
This has been a night of sirens and flashing lights. The haze of smoke hung over many east side neighborhoods since sundown, and it seemed at times that an orange glow could be seen in any direction.
Oh, man.
This house on Phillip was one of many destroyed.
The thing is, it hurts. It's us. I don't care what other people say or what other people do in our town. It's us. This is our property. This is our home. We're only doing it for ourselves.
Reminds me of that.
We got to cut
Our town
over the head and making these type of stupid incidents so bad.
Whoa.
It's strange how these people burn on these people's houses. You have to have a place to live. It's pitiful. You got to start doing something about it now.
Like many of the fires tonight, this one, a vacant house on East Lawn Street, was discovered by a passing citizen patrol. They notified police. Police verified it, and police in turn called the fire department. They're waiting now for the fire department to arrive.
We just saw a flame through the side of the window there.
How long have you lived in this house?
About 30 years.
I was the first one down here. I called it on the CD patrol. It took at least 15 minutes for the fire department to get down here. And this man's house is burning down. We went up on the roof to try to hose it off, and the police were telling us to get off the roof, get off the roof. And this guy's house is burning down.
Sir, is that what happened? Did the fire department take that long to get here?
Oh, I didn't time anybody. I didn't time anybody.
Because my friend,
Seemed like a while.
Seemed like a while, but they were telling us to get off the roof. They told us, get off the roof, get off the roof.
everybody back up. No pressure.
All right.
It was a sad but common story. Fire.
Had enough of that?
Yeah. I just wanted to show something real quick. Just like that. You don't even have, I'm not even going to play anything.
Oh, no, go ahead. Show whatever.
It's just like look at this visual here, okay?
Okay.
So you're right, it is a lot better. Look how bad it was. Read that right there. What happened at Devil's Night? Detroit goes from 800 fires on the night before Halloween to 5.
Yeah.
So at one point there was 800 fires the night before Halloween.
Yep. That's crazy.
That's insane.
I mean, that's good, right? We don't.
Jeez. Imagine all the like so okay, so say there's 800 fires on the night before Halloween. How many of those do you think are where people live or where people work or
I'm
go to
not sure.
school or get their groceries? Like that's insane.
A
The
lot.
amount of damage that people were doing, right?
Yeah. I thought there were a lot of them were vacant, but like I said, I don't know. I remember hearing something as a kid
Oh,
that they were just lighting people's houses on fire with people still in them and shit. So I don't know. Like, I'm sure it's both. I'm sure they were lighting people's houses on fire that were with people in them, people without them. So
yeah, whatever they wanted.
I wonder if a lot of those had like fire insurance on them and stuff like that. And it was just like some kind of weird.
Oh, right, like an insurance scam so that they can get the money.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying nothing, but
It's very possible.
right. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's lots of things that people do on Devil's Night. There's a lot going on Devil's Night.
Yeah, I saw it started as like
Halloween.
innocent stuff like, like we know, like toilet paper in people's yards and stuff like that. Like from our experiences of doing Devil's Night, like throwing eggs at people's front porch or whatever and putting toilet paper in their trees or putting Vaseline under their car door handle or something, something innocent.
Right.
That's
it's like way worse.
Right. That's how I kind of remember Devil's Night where I grew up, But
right. But now, like, I mean, I would like to know what you guys are doing for Halloween in the chat if you want to tell us. Like, what are you guys going to do this Halloween on Halloween or on Devil's Night? Hopefully nobody's doing anything bad on Devil's Night. If you are, don't put that in the chat. You don't want to incriminate yourselves.
I'd just be watching a scary movie on Devil's Night.
Yeah, maybe, but we might be at a haunted house, Maybe.
Might be
or no, Devil's Night? No.
We might be out. We might be out starting fires.
We'll be doing something cool, really cool on Devil's Night, but on Halloween, oh yeah, we got
other thing going on.
Oh yeah. So during the Halloween season, though, we'll definitely hit up a few haunted houses. I do like Rotten Manor. I do like that.
Yeah, they're cool. Rotten Manor is very cool.
I would really like to go there. And what's the other one? Erebus. We like Erebus. We like, I don't know. There's probably like 4 or 5 that we're going to go to, but definitely we'll head up the stores too so that Weird Pervert Ninja can see them because obviously he doesn't, if they're not celebrating Halloween in Ecuador, then he's only able to see what people are showing him.
Maybe he'll carve a pumpkin too.
Yeah, maybe we should carve a pumpkin.
Yes,
you guys should too. Send us pictures of your carved pumpkins.
And yes, Adam, I have heard this story. Yes.
What does he say?
He's talking about Centralia.
Oh, Adam, isn't that the story from what is that movie called? Dang it.
Well, it's Silent Hill, but it's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
I believe they kind of like based it off that town for the movie, but in the video game, I don't think that in the video game it had anything to do with it, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a long time ago when I played that, but
yeah, I was gonna go there.
Yeah, it's cool there. Like we talked about this before, and I used to watch a lot of YouTubers that went there, and there's like a cemetery there that has the exhaust, like, or whatever, chimney stacks from the fires, like in the great like cemetery and like all over this different places where the town used to be and stuff. And then there was like a road at one time that had like spray painting up and down it. and then they like broke it all apart, and now it's like just like dirt piles basically, and nothing really to see there. But yeah, the place, there's like, I guess there's like a church that's still there attached to the graveyard or cemetery or whatever you want to say. But
Right. There's probably a lot of energy there, though. You know what I mean?
And I'm pretty sure there's people that still like live around there, like that didn't move. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
isn't that? Oh, okay. Now I'm remembering where it's at, actually.
Or you know what? There is a couple people that still live there, and like they couldn't sell their home. That's what it was. They couldn't sell their house or something. And when the person died, that like that's it. Like they can't pass it on or anything, or they can, or I don't remember. But it was a weird stipulation to the housing there left in the town. So, but yes. Just look at it.
Would you look at that?
Just look at it then. Jeez, just look at it. Just
So
look at it.
basically, that's all I know we're doing for October, right? We'll keep up with Brian Koberger. We'll do the haunted houses. We'll do a scary story per week.
We have a couple artist spotlight things maybe going on. Maybe something will creep up that we haven't talked about or thought about yet, because we're pretty spontaneous at this channel, and we do ish like that.
We have Mothman coming up with Komolamong.
Yeah.
We have interview with Trauma Too Sick coming up.
Yeah.
We have an interview with Slump with a Pump coming up.
Yep.
We have a
maybe more stuff.
What?
Maybe more. We're
going to be doing something very big time, amazing in the end of October, and we will not be announcing that till the end of October.
Well, at least midway or something, right?
Midway through October, we're going to make an announcement about something so amazing that it'll blow your mind. So please do not miss that. And I just want to remind you guys, seriously, it makes a difference when you subscribe to this channel. Please make sure, go to the channel, right? And where it says subscribed, please press all. When it says like under the bell, just please press all, because we've been getting like we get all our stats every week about like how many views we get, how many are coming from this or that. And literally we have over 5,000 subscribers and only 10 of you have your notifications on. I just want to tell you guys that's how you do it. So like when you go to subscribe to us and you go to the bell, you literally have to go to where it says all, and then you'll get like notifications for the videos, for when the lives are coming up, for the community posts, any of that. I also want you guys to be making more content requests, because we do have members only videos. If you're a member and you're in here right now, can you put a member sticker in the chat? I want to see how many of you here right now are like at this live, because I want to tell some of you guys that you do have members only videos that you get as a perk, whether you're on Susgang or you're on the Strange Syndicate level. Susgang is $2.99 a month, and Strange Syndicate is I think it's $4.99 a month. But either one of those, you get your own members only video. I haven't had any requests, so I haven't put any on there. But if you could just put your members, I think Weird Pervert Ninja, I think you have
and I wanted to keep continuing talking about how fresh it's going to be. We're purchasing a new camera, is how fresh it's going to be.
Yeah, it's very expensive
for this thing that we're going to do. We need a new camera.
Right, and we're getting one.
So, not that I'm saying send us money. I'm saying we're getting one.
Right, we're already going to have it. We're investing money into better equipment. Just because of the opportunity we've been given at the end of October, which is very humbling and very incredible. And I just want to do, like, I swear you guys, if I wasn't so old, I would be doing a video for you guys, a short, where I'm doing like 10 backflips and like jumping into like a lake and then like shooting out the water with some fireworks in my hands. Like, you have no idea how excited I am for the end of October, but we're not gonna give you all the details on that. And I swear I'm not clickbaiting you guys. This is not like bullshitting you guys. It is going to be huge at the end of October. So I hope a lot of you have your notifications on, like I said.
But the video might not be out till November. That's the only bummer about the whole thing, I guess. But
right,
not really.
Not a bummer. Not so much.
No, not a bummer. We'll definitely do a couple things through October that are very, October related. But that particular video probably won't be out till the first week of November or so.
Right, and you'll obviously see it here first. We're not going to allow any remixing or any sampling of that video. That's going to be all ours. That's something that was given to us from somebody who we really admire. So that's all I'm going to say. That's going to be our video. It's going to be coming up. It's going to be great. So please don't miss it. Please have your notifications on. We will definitely have a video for you guys. I would say, what is today? Wednesday or Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday. We could do a live next week. Some people said they were interested in a live. We can do open panel. I don't know if you guys know, but open panel means open subject. Anybody can come up. You can come up on panel with your voice, or you can come on panel with video. It's totally your choice, and we can talk about whatever you want. So I'll put on the community post. Everybody put your notifications on all, and I will put on a community post 3 different days when we can go live. I would prefer not Tuesday or Thursday, because that's when Shaggy's live. Can't compete with that, right?
Right.
So
not really.
I'll put 3 choices on there for you guys as soon as we get off of here, and you guys can vote on what day the live will be. But then we will get you some Halloween content next week, as well as any Brian Koberger updates, right?
Yeah. They're supposed to do something next week or something, he said, but I don't know. We'll try to keep up on it. Like, I think they said Brian's not going to be there. A lot of them are behind doors, so we'll just have to keep up on it, watch, see what's going on.
Right. And if you guys have any, content suggestions, or you wanted to contact us for any reason, that is the email right there on the screen. It's also in the chat. I know it's like some people are like, I am not going to type that, strangely suspicious, probably spell it wrong, whatever. I spell it wrong all the time. So if you go in the chat and you just push copy paste, it's really the best way. So Paul has a channel. I'm just like, oh look, there's Violent J. Huh.
What?
You put Violent J on the screen. I said, look, there's Violent J.
Yeah.
Okay. So
your color D.
Can we wrap it up?
Yeah, probably.
And we will see you guys next week. And vote on the live on the community post.
Yeah, we'll get that out there.
Right. Sorry, guys, that the stream wasn't that exciting. We thought the hearing would have a lot more going on in it. And obviously it was just nothing. And they're talking about something in private. So we'll find out later. And whatever we find out, we will bring to you guys. Go ahead, Bob. End it. Say something. End it.
See you guys. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, guys.
Much love.